Hey everyone, it is Monday. Happy Monday. Come on in, guys. And thank you for watching the replay. Thank you so much for watching the replay. Happy Monday. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Hey, Norma. Come on in. Happy Monday. Thanks for coming in. Come on in. Thanks for watching the replay. Hey, Laverne. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Monday. Mondays come around so fast. It was just Monday like an hour ago. I was just on here like Happy Monday an hour ago. So, hey, Andre. Hey, come on in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching the replay. Go ahead and share me and start pumping those hearts. I promise. Y'all don't believe me, but I physically and in the natural, I feel the love when I see hearts pumped. I do in real life. Go ahead and share me. We're going to be quick, guys. You know I'm always on for 15 minutes. And we're going to get started right away because I want to recap from last week, Monday. Hey, come on in. Monday. Hey, Phil, my friend, come on in. Yes, I do love hearts. That's the truth. Come on in. Listen, so this month we are talking about planning for 2019. Hey, Nakia. We're talking about planning for 2019. And I talked about goals. And I want to recap real quick on last week. Last week, Monday, I talked about the goals that you should have in place. Okay, looking ahead for 2019, the goals that you should have in place. So what I mentioned was you want 7 specific areas, and that's every area of our life, right? So we talked about spiritual, financial, physical, career, entrepreneurship, etc. Right? So those are the 7 main goals. And again, we want to ensure that we are touching all of those goals. So it's not okay to say, oh, I have 2 goals this year and they focus in spiritual and financial. Well, what about the other goals? What about your physical goals? What about your personal goals, etc.? So those are the 7 areas, and I'm recapping from last Monday. And then I also talked about the big 3. Now, those 7 goals, those can be really small goals as long as we are progressing each year in them, right? But your big 3 are the 3 areas or the 3 goals that you really want to birth out or push out in a year. So those are the bigger goals. I gave examples of, for example, purchasing a home, or, launching your business, or writing your book, or, something big. So when you're done with that year and you accomplish those 3 big goals, you're like, I'm bomb, right? So you want to focus on those as well. And then I always call it your 1 bucket item list item. Your 1 bucket item. Okay, so before I leave the face of this earth, I want to focus on, what are those items that you want to focus on that really get you out there. You don't want to leave this earth until you, bungee jump or whatever. Okay, so that's a recap from last week. Check out that Facebook Live. And I mentioned that because today I want to talk about SMART goals and how we set them up. So last week for homework, we identified those 7 areas. Again, those can be smaller goals. I gave specific examples of those. The big 3, and then 1 bucket item. Okay, so those are the goals that we want to have in front of us moving in 2019. Sounds good? Hey, cousin. Sounds good. Okay, so today, SMART goals. We have the goals, right? That's what we did last week for homework. Now, how do we set those goals up? And I use SMART goals. SMART goals will kind of give us an avenue to kind of will it in. Okay, so SMART. acronyms, and someone just write these down for me, please. The S is for specific. Smart. The S in smart is specific. Specific. Okay. So we have a goal like, I want a better body. Like, what does that mean? We have to be specific. What does that mean? So instead of saying I want a better body, we want to be specific and say, I want to lose, 50 pounds. Or I want to have better skin by water intake or taking vitamins, right? So we want to be very specific. Another goal that, most of us have in the financial area. Let's say, hey, I want to pay off debt, but that's not specific enough. Okay. So I want to pay off 20 credit cards this year, or I want to pay off, finish paying off my car, or whatever the case is. So we want to make sure that we are specific. Okay. Measurable. The M is for measurable. Go ahead and share me. And if someone can please just put these, type these up for me, please. The M is for measurable. I talked about making small gains. This is probably back in August. Making small gains, baby steps, celebration once we hit a certain milestone. So that's what measurable is. So, you're not going to go from A to Z, right? So measurable is going from A to M. Then we're going to pause, reflect, celebrate, and then keep moving. So how do we measure our goals? How do we measure our goals? We measure our goals by getting small gains. So if our goal, again, is to pay off 20 credit cards, for example, we're measuring because we are saying, okay, 5 are paid off. Let me reevaluate. Let me, do something different, or let me continue to do what I'm doing because it's working. And we're going to celebrate every 5 that we pay off. Okay. Measurable. Attainable. Smart goals. A, and attainable. This is pretty funny to me. So, attainable means like they're not impossible. Remember I talked about, I think this was this was in August. I talked about building capacity. Some seasons we have a very small capacity depending on what's going on. Other seasons we have a larger capacity depending on what's going on. This is where the attainable goals come in. So if you have something that, you want to accomplish, and you have a spouse and 7 kids and a sick elderly, somewhere, it'll be a lot of baby steps, right? So you want to make sure that you go in knowing that it's something that you can attain based off of your capacity and what you're able to do for that season. So what is your capacity for 2019? You should already know going into 2019 what you have the capacity to do. And I'm not saying completely stop and say, well, I don't have the capacity to do it, so I'm not doing it. You could probably do a portion of it. You could probably do the first 5 steps of it, right? But just, you don't want to have impossible goals and then you're set up for letdown, etc. Does that make sense? Attainable. And I am a very optimistic person. I promise you. And you can't sit in front of me with little bitty goals. I'll be like, we could do something else. We can't, think bigger. We have a bigger vision. So I am a very optimistic person, very. But I'm also a realist. If it's something that's not attainable, then we may have to scale back, okay? So make sure that you're going into 2019 understanding your capacity and what you're capable of doing before you put it on the vision board, okay? Relevant. Back in August, I believe, I talked about visions and goals, right? And so we have a vision. And then we have goals. The goals lead to the vision, right? And so I would question all of your 2019 goals, and I would say, does it have anything to do with what your vision is? Again, the vision is the overall, overarching umbrella of what it is that you see yourself doing or where you see yourself being. Okay? Pump hearts, guys, if this is making sense. Y'all a little quiet this morning. Y'all a little quiet this morning. Y'all a little quiet. Okay? So relevant. Is it relevant? Is it relevant? Does your goals assist with getting you to that vision? Okay. And then time. The T in SMART is time-based. This is good too, because people come to me and they say, hey, you know, I need 3 years to do this. I'm like, that'll take you like 3 months. Those the people that, you know, really want to just take their time with stuff, but I ain't fooling with you. I ain't fooling with you. We could get stuff done in 2 months. So why we have a timeline for 2 years? I ain't fooling with you. Okay. So time-based. If a goal is to read more, we have to put a time to that. So, or we'll say read 3 books a month. If I want to study the word more, that's not a goal by itself. Maybe a chapter a night, right? So we want to make sure that we have a time frame with it. Okay. So SMART goals. Thank you for those that are typing and sharing and pumping hearts. SMART is very specific. Okay. Measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So again, we have our 7 goals overall that we are constantly working on, our big 3, right? And so we want to put specific SMART goals to accompany those, okay? So homework this week is, we already have the goal. That was the homework for last week. We already have the goals. We want to attach the SMART part to the goals. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Okay? Does that make sense? Pump hearts. Let me know. Say something. Say something. Okay? Sounds good. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Email me. I could come back on next. Okay, it's making sense. All right. I was like, y'all look quiet. Y'all a little quiet. Y'all a little quiet. Okay. Okay, so those are SMART goals. Last week, we set up our goals. We know what our goals are. This week, we're going to attach these items to our goals. Listen, I have 2 minutes to do this. Email me if you have any questions, drkarenratliff@gmail.com. I started with I Love Mondays, and I was only supposed to do it for the month of August. We are in October. In real life, we are in the month of October, right? I was only going to do August. Like, okay, yep, August. And then I got some spoiled friends and colleagues, etc. So we're here. We started from August and now we're here. So I need for you to vote. Vote either the number 1 or the number 2. I want you to vote and let me know if you want me to continue to do Facebook Lives throughout on Mondays at 8 a.m. throughout the rest of the year, or if you want me to switch to podcasts. Number 2 is podcast. Number 1, Facebook Lives. Let me know. Let me know, because a lot of people, Dr. Karen, podcast. And I actually did 2 podcasts, and I'll be sharing those in the next couple of weeks or so. So let me know what you're interested in, okay? Just put number 1 or number 2 on the screen. Guys, I am praying for us this week. I am excited about 2019. And if you have any specific things that you want me to pray with you about, text me, call me, inbox me. That's what I'm focusing on this week for us. Oh, look at all these number ones. Y'all are something. Okay. My November 5th workshop, it is completely sold out. I've been getting a lot of inboxes. Is there a wait list? And no, I am sorry. I am filled to capacity, but I do have some other things going on before the end of this year is out. And quickly, I am working on my coaching sessions for 2019. So I usually have 10 spots every single year. Now, first priority is going to go to those who register for my workshop. Look at Anita, you're funny. But I may have some slots available for 2019. So let me know if you are interested in me coaching you through your 2019. Okay. And I can give you specifics on that. All right, guys, that's all I have. That's it. 15 minutes. Y'all know I do not play games in the morning. I'm not on here for hours and hours. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, 365 Consulting Group. Inbox me, email me if you have any questions, and I will be back on next Monday at 8 a.m. and we are talking about our 2019 goals, okay? Go back and watch the replays for last week if you missed it, and then go back to August as well because I specifically broke down vision and goals, okay, and how we identify those. Guys, I'm gone. That's my time. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. I am praying for us this week. Regarding our 2019. So send me any prayer requests that you may have. Yeah, that's it. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for pumping hearts, guys. Bye. Have a great week.